All right, guys, welcome back here to map 1, but series number 2 is what I wanted to say between CLG and Conquest. Was supposed to start at 11, so we're a little past that, but hopefully we haven't kept you waiting too long. You'll still be interested in watching a battle between two of America's top contenders right now.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Conquest really made a name for themselves whenever they played at the CEVO Finals recently, making it all the way to the semifinals, upsetting Liquid in a big way, also beating Dignitas. So, made a big name for themselves, but I will say that Mirage was not really included in that effort. You know, I haven't only seen them play Mirage actually a single time since they picked up Stanislaw for Rix, and that was a win against Enemy and ESCA. And other than that, they haven't really touched the map, so very limited data for me to work with on how Conquest can perform on this map with this particular 5. Meanwhile, when I look at a team like CLG, this is a map that historically they've always been very comfortable on. They've had their results on it. You know, they've traded games with Luminosity, another big Mirage team. They've traded games with Liquid. They had that big win, obviously, with Fnatic way back in the day at the ESL-ESCA Season 1 Finals. I think they beat CSGO Lounge on it qualifying for Cluj, but they haven't played it recently themselves. So I think CLG probably is a bit favored here, but again, Conquest is kind of an unknown that's kind of hot lately, so I don't know. We'll have to see.
Yeah, I mean, Mirage will perhaps be a bit of a test. You would have to favor CLG with the results they've had internationally on this map at LANs. They've done well. Conquest, though, picking Overpass, and that last map, of course, Cobble. And that was the 9th round. I didn't even really truly pay attention to who won it, but we're about to find out in a second as we are going to go live, and we've got Ruff, who I can only assume is NAF-FLY here. Just not tagged up too appropriately.
Yes. Of course, these two did just get finished playing a game in ESCA on Dust 2 or CLG 1. Of course, Dust 2 not going to be a factor, but I guess we can at least mention that they had a recent game where CLG was able to win head-to-head just a few moments ago, actually. That's why we're a little bit late starting this one, was because that one had just got finished getting wrapped up. But as you said, CLG starting out on the Tarik side. Tarik, Cutler, hazed, finesse, and JDM. For Conquest, it is Rush, Stanislaw, ShahZaM, NAF, and daps. And we do see CLG gearing up over here at Upper B. Stanislaw and Rush both watching the cross at the window from Cat. So we'll see if they can get some kills.
Yep, smoke's going down, so it's a full B execute right here from CLG. It's trying to stop ShahZaM at the window. It looks like they will succeed. JDM finds the first kill through there. And NAF making rotation while just shooting while peeking out the window, just continues and finds the head of Tarik. So 4-on-4. JDM is also pretty low. Hayes hiding at bench. Cutler behind the van here. Taps going to be the man to work his way in. He had some pretty big clutch rounds at the CEVO LAN. And here is Conquest storming their way in. It is now just FNS. Who's donned the full name, it looks like, for this. Spelling it out this time. But Conquest keep 3 alive and retake for the round win.
Yeah, you could just see kind of that double Cat setup that Conquest had. They just kind of conceded the site. Once they realized that the take was in, they couldn't get any kills on the people crossing window. They just kind of sat back and played retake. And we saw NAF being able to rotate through kitchen, find a couple of kills, and everyone else pretty much chimed in except for ShahZaM there. So really well-orchestrated retake, only losing 2 members along the way. CLG will take a very light buy here with just 4 P250s purchased and 1 smoke on the Cutler. Looks like they want to use that smoke from Cutler maybe to block off CT spawn or something and try to attack into this A-bomb site. Look for a plant. Daps and NAF, though, in position. Even ShahZaM's begun to rotate at connector, but Finesse could catch him here as he comes up the connector.
Yeah, and CLG, having played through in the first round, not going to buy into this one at all. It will just be the P250s. They are getting cleaned up. Not very unexpected. Of course, they would have liked to have made it a bit more expensive, but it's not too massive of a deal. As going into the 3rd round, they will be able to buy up, and we'll see what Conquest will decide to do, because they've gone pretty heavily. I mean, knowing that bomb went down, maybe still somewhat expecting a force supply, they've gone, what, a scout, 3 submachine guns, and just 1 FAMAS, so CLG... Yeah. In terms of their rifles next round, will have the upper hand. Maybe they'll lack some utility, but we'll find out. Nice 4K for NAF.
Yeah, I'm curious if anyone's actually going to upgrade here. I mean, it would make sense. They know they're going to be dealing with AKs and Galils this round, but it seems like they won't, and that's a little bit weird. That's why you see a lot of teams just go straight to FAMASs on the 2nd round, just kind of knowing that the AKs are right around the corner, but they did not. They still have a lot of utility, but certainly a bit weak on firepower. CLG only has 3 smokes and just a handful of flashes, so they need to kind of just gather up and to commit something. They don't really have a whole lot of time to fake around and stuff, but they will go for their classic mid-control. That's what CLG's known for. They are a very mid-control heavy team on this map, and they are going to get the opening picks here.
All right, JDM and Tarik, yeah, finding those kills. So Conquest now in a difficult spot. There is NAF to find a frag with just a pistol. Stan rotating over. He loves this UMP. He's done massive things with it. Somehow able to get 2 kills, and it's now just JDM all alone. 23 bomb still not down, and he's in the connector. Incendiary going his way, and daps with an AK and still a smoke. Stan with the flash, and of course this UMP that he still loves. I can assume he just keeps it because of the higher armor pen values into these, you know, submachine guns, into the first T rifle. Yeah,
it's the second cheapest SMG4 CTs, so that's another big, right? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm right about that.
Yeah, it's not that expensive.
$1,200, so pretty cheap. And we are going to see the kill there from daps. The 3-0 start from Conquest. And, I mean, that's CLG going for their classic mid-control. It's the one time where you see Tarik kind of take a lurking role because they have him in Palace alone, but they use him as an entry force. But the big thing was he got canceled out. He only got 1 frag. With that AK coming out of Palace, usually CLG relies on him after the distraction set at connector to be able to come out and find the kills since he's kind of a secondary entry, but he did not. And it's really well done there from Stanislaw with the ump, being able to get 2 kills from jungle and just shut that thing down and force CLG directly into a save. Apparently there was a crash, so there was a bit of a pause, but now we're right back into it. Not a long delay, which is great. We appreciate that, don't we, Helium? Not having those giant pauses. It's always good for us.
Yeah,
and
pauses
good for you
suck.
too. They do. They really, really do. So does that voice crack. That also sucks.
Voice cracks also suck. Candle in the chat for Dust.
Yeah, rip, man.
Trying to make a joke, gets wrecked by himself.
It opened up another joke, though,
That's
so at
true.
least people get to laugh twice.
Opened
or maybe just once.
Open up
Probably
a can of jokes. Maybe not at all. Maybe you're not that funny, Dust. Here's NAF, though. Also, just brutalizing people out here in the streets. Mirage. Now just Tarik with an AK. Going against 2 umps.
Woo! Yeah, I mean, really well done here from Conquest. It was really big. Like, I mean, obviously that's just a repercussion of being able to win that 3rd round against the full AK Galil buy there from CLG. That was a big round to win. It sets them up for the 4-0, and apparently we got some Rip Dust in there. 12-year-old boy Candle. You know, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Candle. I wish I was like still 12. I'm actually old as dirt. Well, not that old.
Being 12 would be awesome. Growing up sucks.
It'll give me more years to focus on gaming rather than having to think about the real world. But we are going to see CLG with first really full buy here. JDM actually going to have the op, and they're going for that mid control. They have Tarik, so this means they really do want to go A the way Tarik is positioned. That's kind of what the intent is, but daps able to find that kill on the A. It's very nicely done.
Yep, daps in the connector. Nice first kill, and the Palace still smoked. We'll toss a nade in that way. Anyways, no one's actually there. The closest man nearby is Tarik. Out in the middle, you've got Cutler just boosted up on the island here at top mid. JDM is the one that's pushed further down with this op, trying to get something done, and you've got Finesse. What does he prefer? Does he prefer Finesse or FNS
Yes.
these days? If he's spelling
Finesse.
it out, he must prefer Finesse.
It's always been Finesse, but he just spelled it FNS.
Well, that's helped me greatly. Thank you. Finesse.
You're welcome.
Not you, Dust.
Oh.
Just kidding. Thank you as well. And Rush on the catwalk. Stan in B, and he's jump spawning Stan with that UMP, still with that UMP. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Drops them all, drops the incendiary, rather. People have gotten around. Rush is there to help him out, and now Stan kind of going unnoticed as Rush is still just getting these frags. ShahZaM has lost the sniper duel against JDM. Cutler's trying to flank Rush. That will succeed, and now here is Stan ready to make his move. JDM, what a shot. We saw one of the best oppers in the scene fallen in a previous, and now we get to see JDM in this one, so it's definitely a showdown of oppers, and even ShahZaM has been pretty on point.
Yeah, I think ShahZam's really starting to try to fight for, you know, like a top 3 spot, certainly in the top 5 right now, but JDM going to get caught by daps there, and the intent was certainly for CLG to do some type of A-split, but daps was able to hold them off with connector with the pick, and it forced them to roll out to B, but Rush just being able to stay alive for so long. He got 2 kills, and it caused CLG to have to commit so much to getting him that Cutler eventually got traded off of that too, trying to chase after him. So that was really, really big what Rush was able to accomplish over there, and what is called get right, I believe, by most people. And CLG now setting up with the pistols for just a full smoke execute on the A site to hope to get some type of bomb plan.
Yeah, I mean, They have actually put quite a bit of utility into this, so maybe hoping for some more. I guess you got the max bonus at this point, and you still have enough money, so why not just buy a couple more things that may increase your chance of holding on to a post plant if you can even get the bomb down. The smokes have gone out, the flashes, there's still 3 of them, but they haven't really made any forward progress whatsoever. Now they're going to start to run out. Daps, though, just lining them up, and incendiaries going down, blocking their progress even further, forcing them to take some damage. And Conquest holding on to this, no problem. Just Daps goes down.
Yeah, Rush is just looking hot lately for this team. He's doing great this game.
He was really good.
He's progressively gotten better. I remember back when he used to play for Monomaniacs like a year and a half ago, and with this time with Elevate and then kind of getting tossed around some different teams, now finds himself here. He had the best LAN of his career at CEVO just last week, and he's looked really good online lately as well. He's one of their entry fraggers, but playing really well on the CT side, especially with that round right there, as well as the previous on the catwalk. Just getting those multi-frags really shutting down CLG. They're already down 0-6. They're back onto a full buy. NAF going to be the one this time to cut off that mid-control at connector. They just keep catching this underpass player and just keep destroying CLG's original intentions on trying to do A-splits.
Oh, Stan. He's revitalized my interest in the UMP. That was like the submachine gun I always went for until that one buff came out that made the MP10s. There you go. That covers both of them. The MP9s and the MAC10s so much better. But it's nuts. And yeah, get that music going. Daps' music for the team ace.
This is crazy.
Conquest.
Like CLG, again, like a very mid-control heavy team. They very rarely do set executes. They really like to get that mid-control. But I think they've gone for it, what, 3 or 4 times this half, and every single time Conquest has got the initial pick-through connector onto underpass or someone pushing cat. So they just keep getting put in the 4v5s right off the bat. And that's been really, really massive. On top of the fact that you've had guys like Rush make some pretty big multi-frag rounds to even help, seal the deal even further for Conquest. And now such a big lead. CLG again on just pistols. Conquest using that to their advantage to get aggressive here on mid themselves and doing some damage here to hazed.
Yeah, hazed actually falls back, but right onto our nade is about to land. They know he's got it to the little doorway. I don't even know what to call that thing, but the incendiary lined up perfectly, forces hazed out of his hiding place, so he's gone down. Rush, nice flick over 90-degree into JDM, who was struggling to hit those shots at range with what I'm guessing was a Tech 9, maybe P250.
Yeah, now CLG with that bomb gathering up over here towards T-spawn. Looks like they still want to try to bring this thing over towards the A side of the map, but NAF is at stairs. Daps is still sitting back at CT spawn. They do have a smoke to try to block off Daps, maybe, but he might just push through it with NAF being, right there. ShahZaM not too far behind, and even Rush is in quick position to rotate through connector. So this is going to be very, very rough on CLG to try to get a bomb plant at this point, the way the CTs are set up.
Maybe ShahZaM's having... Oh, he's actually got 3 kills. I was going to say he's having such a good game because for me, ShahZaM is a terrorist model, which hopefully I can fix it at halftime here for all of us. So don't be too confused. But still, CLG in a really difficult spot right now. It is a CT-sided map, but you've lost 7 rounds in a row. You don't have a great chance to try to convert this one. 2 men down, you're flashing over. Your presence has been announced. There's already 4 people on this bomb site A waiting for you. Tarik and FNS actually do quite a bit, but as time's getting low, he needs to plant that bomb. He wants the extra money. They know they can't win the round, and Dap stops him from doing even that.
Yeah, I mean, here's
Tactical
the thing.
pause.
When you're a CT that's able to just aggress mid like that,
I'm gonna retry
it's so
right now.
hard to hit a site because you're right there in mid. You have that information, no one's there. Plus, you have a quick rotate either way. Like when Rush is sitting where he is, I mean, yeah, he can quickly get up cat to B, but he's also right there by the connector to rotate A. So once you start throwing all your set nades, it's so easy for Rush to get in position and be that added force to holding the site. And with that, Conquest able to get up to an 8-0 lead. As you said, tactical pause coming
He's
out.
still
CLG
a terrorist.
will be on a bye. I'm sorry, man.
What do I have to do?
He's still a terrorist for me as well, actually.
I even retried there at halftime.
I'm sorry, man. Maybe you have to restart your whole game.
No, I ain't doing that.
I know, man. That's risky business right there. You don't know if you're coming back at that point, man. Could Ninja update releases, you're done. So,
Yeah, exactly. That'd be bad. There's been, I think there was an update that went out right before we just started. I don't know to what scale it was.
Probably some type of hotfix. Yeah.
Yeah. Added some horses to a few maps.
More chickens.
More chickens. Yeah, it's actually weird casting with the chickens on. They throw me off. I'm like, why are there chickens? I'm so used to just the CEVO, where we have them all turned off still.
So I'm kind of curious to see what CLG is going to go for. They had the op in JDM's hands. I'm sure they're going to try to look for some picks with him. Maybe they stick him in Palace, put him somewhere different to try to work a pick on the A bomb site. Maybe he still just tries to work back mid. But their mid control hasn't really worked. We've talked about how every time they've tried it, it seems someone pushing connector, whether it be daps or NAF or whatever, has been able to catch their underpass player and be able to get instant 5-on-4. So if CLG is going to keep committing to trying to control that area of the map, they're going to have to do better to not falling prey to just, simple kills they can't trade. Now, the aggression from the CT side on the stairs, but CLG deals with it quite effectively. So now they have finally a round where they have an advantage.
Yeah, actually got the man advantage. NAF, though, still in a spot on the reverse firebox, or is actually just back in firebox proper. He is, and this has gone completely unchecked. ShahZaM up on ticket. I think has an idea of where JDM is shooting from. Finesse stops out in sandwich, and here goes NAF. Gets one, finds a second at... Oh, no, that was ShahZaM pushing through a ticket. So there you go. The model's actually confused us there. But either way, it's NAF and ShahZaM making the big plays. And at connector, they're both over here. They've been smoked off. Cutler trying to spam through, landing some shots onto NAF. Might not even realize how low both ShahZaM and NAF-FLY are, and ShahZaM's on the bomb. And it's been defused.
Nice. Yeah, NAF made such a big play there. In firebox being unchecked, he knows that the bomb is being planted, so he goes for the other player instead. He gets that kill and eventually kills the person who planted the bomb, gets it back into a 2v2. Some well-placed smokes and distraction run to allow ShahZaM to get that defuse. So finally, a round where CLG picks up on some Conquest aggression, actually trades better, gets into the side, gets a plant, gets a favorable situation, but NAF just completely blows it up. And that's now 9-0 for Conquest, and this is starting to spiral out of control for CLG.
Yeah, well, CLG is still trying to get on the board, and hazed will start him off nice in this round. He gets out there in the middle, gets an opening kill onto daps. And they've got them. Well, they don't quite have the mid control yet. ShahZaM going to maybe make them pay for it. Really nice shot onto Cutler, and drops the incendiary, but can't get away. Hazed too quick. 2 kills on this round for hazed right now. Will it be the first one for CLG? Rush peeking out and getting one. Both of these guys on catwalk. hazed can't do anything about that one. So man advantage now back to Conquest. Finesse to even it up in a 2 versus 2. Oh, really nice shooting from Finesse.
Dang. That was really well done. It gets him right back in the round. hazed did great work to get those initial entries, but then the cat push brought it right back for Conquest. And it's Finesse's lurk at upper B that brings it back to the CLG side of things. But they're so split up, and NAF has the bomb down at mid. He spots Tarik and gets that 1v1 engagement because his teammate Finesse is so far away.
The bomb.
Yeah, this is really, really rough news. Finesse just has to win a heads-up one-on-one here. I think NAF knows that Finesse was by upper B. Now there's no denying where he is, but still flushes him out, and Finesse gets the kill. And what a big round from him to kind of save the day for CLG.
Yeah, the nicest frag. I mean, good use of the incendiary too there, right? You know, get down to a 1v1, realize you still have nades, have a pretty good idea of where NAF-FLY is. But that shot that he hit onto Rush from upper B apartments to catwalk was really nice on that peek out.
Absolutely.
And NAF almost ruined 2 rounds in a row that probably should have gone the way of CLG.
And the one actually did, thanks to the work of Finesse. ShahZaM going to have that open window this time around. We'll see him first, try to take some shots. Not going to hit anything, and CLG will get out mid, and this time they won't fall prey to any kills right away either. So let's see what they actually do with this mid control. Again, they like to put Tarik by himself into A while the rest come up connector. So they may go for that, or they may fall back. Tarik's already sliding into T-spawn, so still not dedicated to anything just yet.
Yeah, and oddly enough, it's the... Okay, the bomb's gone underpass. It's going to be on Cutler, who will, it looks like, deposit himself in the ladder room. And they're going to work it back around and try to go for this A-split.
This is a playbook, a play right out of Fnatic's book here.
Yeah, it's weird about the bomb on this player, though.
Yeah, but they're still going to fall back to A.
Okay, they've thrown the bomb off. I was about to say. I mean, this play makes sense, but having the bomb didn't, and now that they've rectified that. But it can fall apart as daps strikes first, and he finds hazed.
Yeah, so Cutler's still ladder. They still have that going for them, but they did lose a key member, like you said. Trying to do this Fnatic type of late A out here with Cutler cutting off rotates and ladder, but it may really, really suffer due to the fact they already lost the player before they even roll the execute, but here it comes.
Yeah, player on the first box in the site. That's going to be NAF. daps coming over the stairs. Both these guys actually getting frags. daps even with 2.
Man.
And daps is playing really, really well. He certainly had some off maps at the LAN, but when they needed him, he came up big for clutches, and here back online, he's 14 kills, just 2 behind NAF-FLY, who's got 16.
Yeah, I mean, CLG had such great positioning, able to establish that mid control without losing any players, but then daps just blows it up. He peeks hazed and connector early on before the execute even gets to start. And then he finds 2 more kills right there at the end. So that's, you know, that's actually the second place fragger on the team. You don't see that a lot, but when he's able to perform like that and the rest are still doing fine, that's really good news for Conquest. And ShahZaM will finally get to have some action himself. I feel like we haven't seen him be able to do much because he hasn't been called on to do anything, but he gets the kills there.
Uh-oh. Stan kind of firing off his own position, but even still, he'll hold his ground. 2 headshots and $1,200 richer. It is 11-1.
I did not see this one coming, man.
Look at all the breadsticks on the scoreboard, Dust. I need some marinara sauce.
That was actually my favorite line from you at CEVO.
I didn't make it up.
Turn that bagel into a breadstick or something like
It's a saying from tennis.
Oh, is it? Gotcha. Now it's not as special to me anymore.
Sorry.
I thought you came up with it. It's okay, but
most things
I did like
that
the
you hear casters say, they have not come up with.
Sauce from tennis?
No, that's all me. That's just me being really hungry now. At,
you mean like, are you kidding me? Because no one else has said that before, but now Anders owns it.
Yeah, that is kind of his, though. It's been tankified. Stand still with the ump. I love it.
And he's gone.
Yeah. All right, so you can't do things that rhyme with ump when you have an ump, which is
Rump?
jump.
Oh.
I was gonna go with jump.
Okay.
Maybe rump.
He did successfully jump. He just got killed. I mean, there's a difference there. But Finesse come up big a couple of times for his team over on the B side of the map. In fact, both the rounds that they will win, if they win this one, will be because of Finesse making plays over at upper B and getting some picks and giving his team a chance. And here it is, you know, trying to save his Conquest, but Tarik able to cut him off with his lurk over on the A side of the map.
There it is, Finesse. Pulling down an op frag. Still not enough, though, to put Conquest. Conquest should be able to buy off for the... Yeah, they're good to buy for the rest of the half. Russians, ShahZaM are starting to get a little poor. So is daps down there at just 2.7, but they should be able to have a few rifles and some pistols utility, even if they lose this round. Second to last in that first half. See what JDM can do. Well, they go out middle. They've not gone out middle this round. They got 3 in a ramp, 1 palace. And it's going to be a pretty quick take, but ShahZaM with an opening frag. Tarik here starting things off on the A site. Rough in a really difficult spot, trying to flash a peek out with the P250, but there is JDM to shut him down. Rotations coming in through CT. Daps is at the stairs, and it's now a 4. They just got a... What does CLG have left? They got a couple flashes. They got to not get caught in these crossfires, a couple low players, and Conquest have gone to a pretty passive setup now.
And they don't have any smoke to block CT spawn. That makes it so much more difficult to actually say they get off a plant. Unless they can kill Daps and Connector and plant for Cat, but Daps is not allowing that. He's just holding back. He's slowly falling back ever more, realizing the situation, just finding...
And they're just running at him one by one! And now Rush strikes into confusion.
And we're turning up Daps Anthem. He's the MVP.
He did so well that round. It's not even the kills he got, it's just him understanding the situation, realizing, hey, my CT spawn is open. The only way these guys plant is if I die. And you see them just slowly fading back, just taking really appropriate duels and winning them. And that's so big. I mean, CLG trying to change things up with this an A-ramp push. Initial success, but that's absolutely shuts the door on him. He's playing so well on this map right now.
I mean, JDM hits that shot, they probably win the round, but instead it's Daps who just continues to show off right now. Last round of the half, CLG turning it around, hazed, and JDM finding opening frags. So 5 on 3 once more for them.
Can they close it out this time is really the question. Finesse has made some pretty big plays at upper B throughout this game. Stanislaw is going to be here. I feel the first time I've seen him with an M4 in this situation. He's been umping a lot. Tarik lurking at A does get some damage on ShahZaM, but doesn't find the kill, and Stanislaw does go down for free at B. So that's an open site, and CLG, they got to win this one, man. This is the last round of the half. They have a 5 on 2. They shouldn't lose this.
I mean, if they lose this round at this point, you might as well just go next map. Seems like they'll be all right. ShahZaM,
that
gonna
fire
do what he
can.
He's gonna pad those stats. I think that's what ShahZaM's got ahead of him in his near future. That was not the cleanest of spray downs and kills to finish it off, but they finally do. That's 3 rounds for CLG. That is a pretty rough look, or should I say a NAF look at the second half.
I see what you did there. But, yeah, if they lose pistol, it's pretty much over at this point, right? I did want to ask you a question, though, really quick. It's semi-related to this game. You were at CEVO LAN, and I think that was the first LAN event that Pauly was there with the team as a coach.
Yep.
Did you actually get any insight to kind of what he does for the team, or does he talk to him during, like, what does he add? Like, did you notice anything when you watched them play? Or did you hear anything about his coaching?
Playing it, it's hard to tell when you're just watching a team play. I mean, their teamwork, they certainly looked really cohesive. They were like throwing their flashes, in post-plant late round situations, making sure they were taking battles with using their nades to their advantage. But as to what he was exactly doing, no, I didn't really.
Gotcha. That's unfortunate, but that's okay. As we are in the pistol round here, we do see Conquest barreling in on B, but it's a sham. They have forced to rotate, but there's still one at A. It's going to be JDM. He has to come up huge. He's all alone right now. As CLG is still drawn. That's actually still inside the B bomb site. They overwhelm A. They take out JDM, and they win the pistol round. And that might be one of the final nails in the coffin at this point.
God, I'm loving this music thing. I hope that becomes like a new thing. I did talk to Polly and some of Conquest at the after party, but it was already kind of through the after party, and I like vaguely remember things at that point. So maybe he did tell me all their secrets, but I don't remember them.
I understand.
So things have gotten even harder here as they've dropped the pistol round. They're down 10 rounds. And ShahZaM taking early damage. Nice Tarik with the jump scout to finish it off. Can he do some more of everybody's favorite thing in Counter-Strike? Jumping with weapons. It's up to... Oh, man, Rush. Every time you think they're out of it, Rush just pulls out these. He does this.
Yeah. I mean, it's been daps and Rush.
No problem.
The daps and Rush show this entire game. I mean, NAF has also done his work, obviously, but it's a 1v1 finesse. He's won pretty much all the rounds CLG has this game, but not going to win it this time. Rush with the quad kill. And again, just the way he's been emerging in the scene recently in the last few months, he's just slowly progressed over time, and now he's at a point where he's really just one of the better entry fraggers in the scene.
It's kind of weird that someone with the name Rush would have to slowly progress.
He slowly progresses in his talent, but he does rush sites, that's for sure. He's actually gotten more aggressive as well. Like, I remember he was kind of an entry fragger for a while for Elevate, but he still seemed kind of passive in that role. But he's really embraced it, I feel like, on this team in a much bigger way.
Yeah, it's kind of nice to have that one player that can just go no respect and, get you those frags that you need him if you're in a tight situation. Seems like Rush has definitely stepped up to that role. JDM has found an opening here, and it's pretty much map one life for CLG right now. They've bought into this one. They're buying to win on this round. If they lose, they're going to be very poor and probably will lose 16-3.
Absolutely. That's kind of how things are looking at this point, but they still have some hope left in this round. They have a 4-on-4. Still a lot of time, but it seems like Conquest is starting to dedicate over here to B. They try to catch ShahZaM, but they can't, and that is really, really big here. Cutler getting a couple of Mag 7 kills, though, but it's just, I don't know if it'll be enough.
All right, well, they're backing off. FNS has done a little bit more damage. And it looks like the terrace rotation will be faster. Hazed will be able to greet them. But that's not really too good of a look onto the rest of the forecast of this round, I guess, with the bomb going down. The terrace having got there faster. They've got the weapons. It's Hazed that has to move forward, taking some more damage from that nade. He has pushed into the site. Yeah, but these guys are both low. They also are pretty separated. Stan, realizing he's going to get pushed, tries to get behind cover, but can't do it in time. Hazed with a nice kill. Has to figure out where ShahZaM is. Probably expecting one in connector. Will he check close? Checks the other side first. That was a coin flip. And I guess it landed on tails.
Why couldn't it be heads?
I don't know. I guess I did kind of just imply
there was a headshot there, wasn't there, at the end?
Tails is the weaker side of the coin, but
I don't know. Either way, Conquest now at map point. Very hard to see CLG come back from this point the way things have played out so far. I mean, I think a lot of things were just missing here from CLG. JDM not able to do anything, but the obvious didn't really get a chance on the CT side, which is massive. That's a big tool that they would normally have. Cutler's had a pretty off game compared to normal. Even Tarik's been quite quiet for what you expect from him. Meanwhile, everyone on Conquest has really been firing on all cylinders. Even daps is getting up there on the scoreboard. So it's just been a great game all around for Conquest. Just absolutely dominant, and this could be the last round of the game.
And Stan with 9 kills. Actually, I think the majority of kills are with the UMP, which is pretty funny.
In the early rounds.
Yeah. I would say at least 5, like possibly up to 7 of them are. Here's Rush with a kill. Hazed does bring down Stan into a 3-on-3, and the health advantage is much in favor of CLG right now.
Yeah, bomb stuck in ladder right now, but Ruff just gets a kill. Sorry, I had to call him Ruff there. tongue-tied. It's NAF.
It's hard not to read it off sometimes, but here's ShahZaM. And ShahZaM, I gotta say, I was more impressed by his AK performance, like getting entry frags onto sites, than I even was with his opping, which was pretty good.
That's another big thing for Conquest. I feel like a lot of the times on ShahZaM, on other teams, he's been used too much in late round situations, but now they've been using him earlier, and it's been beneficial to the team, which is awesome to see that shift. But here's a one-on-one where NAF has really low HP. JDM has a shot. He's got the op. Oh, no.
Just the way you were framing that, like he's got a shot, he can totally do it. NAF just jumps out, air strafes, lands, and shoots him in the face. Like, oh, okay, maybe not.
Didn't even get a chance to pull the trigger, got dinked, and yeah, that was pretty much the end of that. So 16-3. I thought this was the map that CLG had their better shot on, because the next map is Overpass. Our third map, if necessary, would be Cobble, which that would be actually a pretty interesting game based on how these two teams have played Cobble recently, on how that would actually go. But Overpass is up next, and when we get to talking about that, I think you'll come to find that Conquest's results recently in Overpass have been a bit more favorable. So this could be a 2-0 series for Conquest unless CLG can pull something out in this second map in a big way. But I think we'll take a quick break first, Joey.
Yeah, right before we go to the break, I do want to say that the Brazilian stream, I believe, is still hosting the Method Luminosity series, and Game 3 started like a minute or two ago, so you can, I'm sure you can find that. The internet is your friend. Go to Google. So that started. We're going to finish off CLG Conquest here, and like you said, it could be a 2-0, so we'll come back. The battle for the hope of NA, perhaps, if you want to go that far, where the title continues right after this.